made a trip to Rutland Water this week in the hope of seeing a spotted crake, which is a very rare bird which has been spotted here for most of this week, but it's sod's law that it hasn't been spotted since Friday. Looking out from the Wader Scrape High, there's not much on view at all at the moment, apart from the herd of Dexter cattle which they have here. A couple of bullocks having a bit of a tussle there, and a few cormorant in the dead tree there. So we're going to move from the Wader Scrape Hide up to the shallow water hide. Here we are, and there's certainly a lot more on view from here. We've got a small flock of Egyptian geese on view. Male gadwall there, great crested grebe, lapwing, the odd young pied wagtail here and there. Also a ruff, good views of a ruff there. Haven't seen one of those for quite a while. And looking further out, we've got shoveler. A lone starling just came onto the post there, and a couple of teal. I think it's the male closest to us. Yeah, just see the flash of green on its wing now. That was the male. And of course, good views of the ospreys from here. At least for another couple of weeks. They'll be on the way back to Africa soon. It's quite a sad tale with the ospreys this year. The unringed female, who they actually christened Maya this year, came back on, I think it was March the 17th. Patiently waited for her mate, but he didn't return, unfortunately. But she eventually took up with number 27, a young male. Actually mated and produced eggs, and then he was driven off by number 33, who pushed the eggs out of the nest and attempted to mate with Maya, but unfortunately the attempts didn't result in any eggs being laid. So it's the first year in quite a while that there's been no young ospreys at Manton Bay. But on the way into the hide we did see some whitethroat flitting about in the tops of the trees, as you can see here, but we were told that also there was some spotted flycatchers here, and just as we got in the hide I managed to get these fleeting shots of this cracking red status bird. So we didn't see the spotted crake, but we saw the spotted flycatcher, which certainly made up for it. Just before we go, I'd like to mention I'm actually here with a friend of mine, John Finlayson, today. He's a keen wildlife photographer, and he's just recently set up a blog, and it's well worth a visit. You'll find some excellent examples of his work there, and so if you're into bird photography or just nature in general, then it's well worth checking it out. And as you can see, his blog address is actually on the screen. Well, that's about it from Rutland Water. I'll leave you with the last look for this year of the ospreys. See you next time.